All right, Katrina. So, ow, not in my hair. All right, ma'am. So you get to see me barefaced. I got to see you barefaced. Now you get to see me barefaced. Okay. So I'm gonna talk you through this really quick. Like, hold on, I gotta put something on my lips. They're so dry this morning. So just to let you know, this is a really great skincare collection that you should probably maybe look into getting. This is called our Must Do. It's a facial oil. It's all natural, chemical free. It has pomerose and sunflower in it. I use it for my lips. It's flippin' amazing. And sometimes when my skin, I have oily skin, but in the winter it turns a little dry. So sometimes I actually will mix this with my foundation. It's pretty cool. Okay, but not today. All right, so you got your primer. I know you got that. So you're gonna take it, shake it up. Okay, and spray your face. You don't really have to do that many sprays, but that's what I like to do. You can actually just get away with doing an X. But I just kind of spray it everywhere, because why not? Okay. All right, so just gotta get that to dry. Now my bangs are all jacked up. Okay. All right, so I saw you ordered your Blender Buddy last night. Forgive mine, it's like filthy. I need to clean it. I'll get to that. Maybe tonight, I don't know. All right, so here's my foundation and my 2 concealers, okay? I think you just got 1 concealer and a foundation. So I'm gonna go in with concealer number 0. This is what I use for underneath my eye. So I'm just gonna dab it, and I also put it on top of my eyelid and up underneath my eyebrow. Okay, I put it on top of my eyelid so that my eyeshadow has a really great base. So it actually makes the eyeshadow pop a little more. As much as possible, try to just dab here. You don't really want to pull, obviously, because you know that your eye is like very elastic. So if you pull on it, you know, it can make you look older than what you are. And we don't want that. You can also use your Blender Buddy to put it on. I prefer my finger. I feel like I have a little bit more control under my eye. But that's personal preference. So if you were to use your blender, you would just go in like this with it. I just use my finger. Okay, now I do have to tell you our concealer and our foundation are wax based, okay? So you do have to warm them up with your finger a little bit to get them like moving before you apply them on your face. Okay, concealer number 3, the darker one. I have a sunspot right here. I use it to cover that up. See the uneven skin tone I have? Like my nose is like really, really red. So I do put a little concealer right here. The darker one, I put it right on my nose. It's a personal preference. You do not have to do that. You can just use foundation. But I do it because my nose is like really red. It's almost like I have rosacea on my nose. Okay. Make sure I don't have any other blemishes, because that's what else I use the dark one for. Ooh, I got a little one right down here. I remember picking at it last night. It's bad. Don't do that. Okay. On to the foundation. Okay. So you do have to warm it up. So I just take this finger here. Has the less pressure. Okay. That's why you saw me using it with underneath my eye. Take my Blender Buddy. You can do one of 2 things. You can apply your foundation completely dry, or you can apply it with a damp blenderful. The difference between the 2, dry is going to give you a more fuller coverage. Damp is going to give you a little bit more of a medium coverage, okay? I prefer to put primer. I spray 1 spritz of primer right on my Blender Buddy. Blenderful, I call my Blender Buddy. And I'm going to swirl it 1 time. That's all you have to do. And I'm just going to place it. And I'm just going to start patting my face. You do not want to smear. You want to pat or circular motions, okay? Because if you smear, remember this foundation just lays right on your skin. It doesn't seep into your pores. So if you just smear it, it's just gonna smear across your face. Okay, so you can pat. I do a little bit of both. I pat and I circular motion. You can do either one. But you see my face is no longer red. Okay. In the summer, because my skin is already oily, I don't use my blender full wet or damp. It has to be damp. You can't use it wet. I use it dry. But my skin is going through like a little bit of a dryness because it's the winter and I have gas heat in my house, so it dries on my skin. Okay, please, Katrina, you can smear down here. That's just gonna blend. So please blend it down your neck. So many women don't blend their foundation and it drives me nuts. Okay. So I'm just blending my concealer in my foundation. Okay. So see how easy that was? Bam. All right, so we're done with that. We're done with the Blender Buddy for now. We're gonna bring him back in a minute or two. Okay. So next I'm going to take this palette here. I made this myself. It's custom. Has my pressed powder, which I know you ordered, a bronzer, and my blush. I forget what color this is. I forget the names. Okay, so I'm going to do my bronzer first. This is how I contour. So I'm going to go right here, okay? So you just make that face to find your cheekbone. So you want to put it underneath your cheekbone to contour. And then I also put some here to make my forehead not look so big. Obviously I would go all the way across, but I have a bang, so why? And then I put some down here to make my face not look so round. I want it to be a little chiseled. That's personal preference. You do not have to do that, but that's just me. I like my face a little chiseled. Okay, so I want it to be a little darker here. So I'm actually gonna pick up a little bit more bronzer. Again, that's personal preference. You can also, if you're not a blush person, you can use your bronzer on your cheeks. I am a blush person. Okay, beautiful. Flippin' beautiful. Okay, so today I'm not going to use this blush. Today I'm sticking very neutral. Oh, where is it? Here, I have so much stuff. This is glowing here. This is blush number 6. I can use this as a highlight or a blush, but today, since I'm sticking pretty neutral, like, you do not need a lot of our products either. It's all highly pigmented, okay? So, like, I remember you telling me about your foundation that you were using is liquid. So you're literally, like, this would be your liquid foundation. Let's just say you use this much on your face. Okay, you would cut it in half, and then you would cut it in half again. That's how much product you're using with LimeLight. It's like bare minimum. Okay, so I'm just going in with my cheeks. This is a color that really doesn't show up well on this video. You can kind of see it shimmer. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put it also, I know it's a blush, but I use it as a highlighter. So I'm also gonna put it in all the places that the sun would typically hit me. Okay. All right, so we're done with that. And I promise you, you can do this face in like 15 minutes. But it's going to take me a little bit longer because I'm talking. All right, pressed powder. Flat brush, or you can use your Blender Buddy, okay? Flat brush, get it right in there. Pick up as much product as you want. I put it above my eyelids, or on my eyelids. And then I also go in this motion underneath my eyes. Forgive my dogs. I knew he was going to bark. I knew he was not going to be quiet. Okay, so why do I put it on my eyelids? All right, pressed powder is good for 2 things. Number 1, it keeps the creasing from happening underneath your eyes with your concealer and your foundation, okay? It's going to happen some, but this will reduce, okay? Number 2, I put it on top of my eyelids because you know how throughout the day your eyelids start to kind of get greasy and oily and your shadow looks like it's coming off? Okay, this keeps the oils down. So I also use it on every other piece of my face part of my face, not piece, well, piece, that gets oily too. So anywhere else that I produce oil, I use my pressed powder. Okay, so let's talk about something really quick. This pressed powder right here, I've had since April. I'm still kicking it. This whole thing I've had since April. So if that gives you an idea of how long LimeLight stuff really lasts, yeah. Here's what my foundation, my first foundation, it ended up looking like when I was done after 6 months. Okay, so now we're gonna do some eyes. I'm not sure what eye colors you got, but I'm gonna stick with the Feelings Neutral palette. This has all of our eyeshadows that we keep in stock all the time. I do have limited edition colors. I will pull out one of that to kind of show you, but that's just because of the look that I'm trying to do today. So I'm keeping my look very neutral for you today, also because of what I'm wearing, but all right. So I'm gonna pick up my 2 brushes. That's not the one I want. Hang on. My 2 favorite brushes to put on my eyeshadow with. The angled brush, LimeLight by Alcone angle brush, and then the Dome Blender brush, okay? So I'm gonna take my angle brush. Ooh, my hair is a hot mess. And I'm going to go in, this color I'm gonna use for my transition is called Blush Hour. It's like one of my favorite colors, okay? I'm gonna just swipe that right above here. And our eyeshadows are super pigmented, okay? So you really do not need a lot of product. Like, this is how much product I picked up. You heard me tap it off. Okay, so this is my transition color. Okay, then I'm going to go in with, actually, I'm gonna put it here on the corner too. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna just place it right here on the corner of my eye too. Same color, Blush Hour. Okay, then I'm gonna take Antique Bar. This one here. Okay, it's one of the few shimmers that we carry without getting a shimmer palette. All right, and I'm going to place it right over that Blush Hour in the corner, and then bring it up here, just halfway. Okay, just brings a little shimmer, and just mixing the colors makes a different color, so it's pretty. So our colors, like our eyeshadows, are like super blendable too, and they feel like butter going on. And I can't remember, I think you just got one eyeshadow. Okay, now this, you do not have to go to this extreme, but this is just what I do, okay? So I'm gonna take our color Brownie Points. It's a really, really dark brown. And I have a little pointed brush. And I just wanna create more of a like crease right here. And I'm gonna blend it out. But again, you do not have to go to this extreme. This is just my personal preference. So it looks a little messy right now, but I'm gonna blend it out with my Dome Blender, don't you worry. Then you can kind of do whatever you want, honestly. So I'm picking up a little bit more of that antique-y shimmer, just to kind of place over that brownie points that I put in my crease. So it just creates a little bit of a smoky eye. Hey, knock it off. Sadie. They do this like every day. Every morning, like if you were on Facebook and you were on my lives, you would think I have a circus. Oh wait, because I do. I have a circus in my house. Okay, so now I'm going to do like a really, really neutral color. This color is called Cream Boat. I'm sorry. This color right here is called Cream Boat. It's like a really, really cream, like almost neutral. I can probably show it to you better on my brush. Okay, and I'm just going to put that in the center. pick up a little bit more color over here. And I'm actually not gonna pull out. This is our Bare Metals palette. This is brand new for holiday. So all of these colors are like super, super shimmery. So, but I'm not gonna use that today. I was going to, but I'm not. So I'm gonna take Creamboat again, and I just highlight right underneath my eyebrow here. Again, Katrina, this, you do not have to do all of these steps, but I'm just showing you what I do. All right, now this is where it becomes important, okay? If you are mixing colors on your face, on your eyeshadow, this is the medium dome blender brush. So I'm just gonna blend these colors that I kind of brought together here. So you can see the difference. Can you see the difference of what I've blended and what I haven't? This is so much more harsh. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend this one. And it's okay if you get a little messy, because I'm gonna clean this up